the last stand Camaro, and I had to go back in and I had to basically scrape off paint because there actually was some residue of the sticker, and I thought I got it all, but once I painted it you could actually see it, so I had to go back in and Mr. Scraper here and scrape most of the paint off. This part's going to be black because that's basically the only stripe there is, and once I get this cleaned up and get a little probably some Testors enamel thinner, and I'll get that cleaned off, and then I'll go in with acrylic paint, because you can't put enamel on top of enamel, you got to put acrylic on top of enamel. So anyway, I got to get the sticker residue. I thought I got it all, but I guess not. But anyway, we'll get that fixed up, and hopefully I get that painted today, and I can pretty much get the tape off the car, and that's pretty much done. There might be some little minute little painting details we have to do, but anyway, just that, paint that black, and we'll be done on the last stand Camaro, and then we'll work on the Corvette. The Big E, and see how crazy this is. See the tenna control ones, they work. I tried both of them, they both work. They worked when I put them in, and they do not work once I got it all assembled. I had no idea why, but I went with, if I can do this one hand here. Where is it? There it is. Let's see. Hold that there. Don't go that far. Oh, come on. Come on. Had this all planned out, and it's just not working out. Hold on. Hold on. We'll just do it this way. We'll just do it this way. Where's the red one? There it is. There it is. Alright. So I did this way. I basically took some blinking LEDs and one solid one, and I went ahead and put it through the bussard cap here, and we are good to go on that. Basically gives the same effect as the spinning tenna control ones, and this is what I was originally going to do, but I wanted to try the tenna controls because he makes a 350 one, but I thought the 650 or the 650 one would work out well, but I don't know why it did not work when I got it assembled. But anyway, it's basically got the same pattern, and once I get the get that glued on the inner bussard, I'll get the outer cap on as well, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to frost these. I'm going to go get some frost paint and just give them just a little coat of frosting. I really don't want to sand them. I think frosting will be a little more nicer and quicker, and be ready to go on that. But anyway, everything works, everything blinks. Got the lighting on the of course the inside of the secondary hole, which I like the appearance of, light and dark in one area, lighter in the other, makes it appear more of a depth on the windows. That's just my opinion on it. It just depends on how well you, where you look at the windows and all that. But anyway, the light's done. I got to get that in the other nacelle and hopefully continue on. I like to get it wired up and buttoned up, and then start adding the little details, and then hopefully we can shoot it with lots and lots of future, because I learned my last time on the Constellation, this thing requires a lot of future, and we'll probably spray it a couple days and then let it dry, and then come back, spray it again, and probably do it 3 times. But anyway, the Big E is taking shape now. I didn't get to do much on the Franklin. I did get the other impulse engine in. If I remember where I left off last time, I just got to wire everything up. I lack 2 lights, and that is wherever I laid it. In the back of the nacelle, it actually gets an orange LED for the back of the, I guess, end cap. So I got to add those 2, and then I'll be able to get that assembled, get the other one assembled, get it wired up, and then hopefully we can try to get it assembled. I'd like to get it assembled because I want to go fly it around the workbench here, which we were discussing the size of the ships. Look at that. The Franklin is a small ship because they're both the same scale. It's absolutely nuts how big Constitution is to the Franklin, which, you know, Franklin's supposed to be a small ship anyway, but anyway, I thought that was pretty darn slick. So Franklin is taking shape, so hopefully we'll get a little more done on it. The Bowmarc, I got the rocket basically assembled. Now I'm at the point where I got to go in with a lot of liquid cement and basically go through the seam of the model and take a scraper or the back of the hobby knife, and I'm going to scrape most of the seam off, trying not to, I don't really want to sand it because it's got a lot of rivets and everything. And doing it this way, it's just kind of, I don't want to say melt the plastic, but it just makes it more nicer, and you won't have any, won't have to scribe or put back most of the detail on it. But anyway, we're going to get that accomplished, and then lots of primer, and that'll fix that. But anyway, there's a couple things I got to fix on here because it's an old model, and that's the little sinkholes from the mold. You know, you can see right there. I got to sand off just little stuff. But anyway, very fun, very unique, and I will have to probably get me one of these kits in the future. The base, I got most of it assembled. It's a very simple kit. It really goes together really well. It's just I want to say old for its time. But I did get the parts to move, so I got to sand all that down and everything, get that fixed up. I'm working on the crane now. I basically had to do it in like 2 sections. I got the little part here to move, so it should work, but it may not work. I mean, hopefully it'll hold its weight. If not, I'll have to glue it in a, you know, kind of angle, so launch position, just to safety reasons, because you know, you don't really want it to sit on the table and watch it fall over. But anyway, we'll get that fixed. I got most of it glued. I'm working on the working my way down to get that clamped down, and I'll be good to go on that. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. The Bomarc is slowly getting assembled. The Franklin getting its lights in, hopefully get it assembled. Big E got some new bussards, and we are sanding down the hood of the Last Stand Camaro. So that's what I got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.